Hey, this is Lenny from Dustbolt, and you're listening to Metal-O-Mania with The Crypt.
This is Lee from Harlot, and you're listening to The Crypt and Scully and Metal-O-Mania.
Metal-O-Mania. Side effects may include a stiff neck, leaking genitals, and bitching neighbors. Fuck them.
I always wanted to play guitar, but I could never quite master the fingering.
And I will strike down upon thee with great vengeance and furious anger those who attempt to poison and destroy my brothers.
Sadistic Force opens up episode 233 of Metal-O-Mania. Welcome to the show, ladies, gentlemen, metalheads. Scully, how are you?
I'm wonderful, thank you.
Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. We got a good one in store for everybody tonight.
Oh, yeah.
With special guest AEON coming on. Very excited.
That's awesome.
Very exciting.
Very, very good.
Very exciting. It's been a good run. We've been having some fun and having a good run here on Metal-O-Mania, and we're starting things off with a lot of fun. There was some sadistic force strike of the iron from the release Aces Wild. A little bit, you may have noticed a little bit of Motorhead love in there, just a little bit, but and that's a good thing. I call that a good thing. So
awesome.
Rest in peace, Miss
Way to
Lemmy.
kick off show number 233.
233. Yeah, man. If you throw in our specials and our metal yards, we're nearing the 300 mark on episodes of metal out there for you cats, man. So we hope you check it out. Yeah, good stuff. Good stuff. Little Black and Thrash to open up the show out of Austin, Texas, formed a year ago. By the way, that's a debut. We got some debuts.
Oh, shit. You're going to get drunk tonight.
You're going to get drunk tonight. Yeah, I hope everybody's got a little couple hours to put in to, call in sick at work tomorrow because...
Did you already get started?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I did. I think so. Well, I'm excited, actually. We got good things happening, man. We talked to Hate on the show last week, which I'm still on cloud nine about that.
Right.
We're going to talk to AEON tonight, who I've literally loved forever since their inception. I'm such a huge fan of this band. We got Snafu coming on the show next week. There you go.
Very cool.
And I got my new Snafu gear on. I like your Atomic Drop shirt there. Pretty
this
sweet.
is cool. Yeah, we got this in the mail.
Yeah,
Actually, I think
pretty
today
sweet.
it came in.
Fuck
So
yeah.
pretty convenient as far as timing goes.
Yeah, right on. She literally was coming in. What am I going to wear for the show tonight? And then boom, there was a package for you.
I don't know if you see.
I like to
He's
drop
got
packages
the
off on
ring
you,
up
Skull.
here.
Yeah, pretty badass shirt. I
yeah.
got one like that too. I'll be wearing mine on the shirt coming up. On the show.
You are
There you go.
already, yeah. How many debuts have you celebrated?
Hey, we're
already?
having fun. We're having fun. I'm ready. I've
Did you
been
tell
looking
people
forward
what
to
the
this
debut
tonight.
game is? And for
Oh
those
yeah,
that
if you
might
are
be
new to the show, that's a good point. If you're new to the show, every time we say the word debut, you get your drink on. That's our Metal-O-Mania drinking game. Is they debut drinking game, and we got some debuts for you tonight.
Yes, sir. Oh, and if you don't drink, that's cool.
Yeah, do what you do.
Do a bong
Maybe you
hit.
do a bong hit. Hey, that's more our style around here, to be honest with you. So, but yeah, there you go, man. A little Black and Thrash for you. Good shit.
Okay.
Good shit.
How about a jumping jack? We could do a jumping jack.
Oh yeah. How about a push up? There you go. That I should do that rather than the bong hit, but I don't. But I should. And do what you do.
Challenge
We
you to
don't
maybe
judge.
do it tonight.
Yeah. Rack up.
You'll
Keep
owe
track.
them.
Keep
Right,
track
I
of the
said take a
debuts.
tally,
All
and
right,
you'll
yeah.
have to. We'll
There
see
you
how
go.
many push-ups you owe me at the end of the show.
Sounds good. We're going to get into a few things tonight. We got some of our oddball facts coming in. We've been collecting them that you guys sent in over time. We talked about that quite a few months ago now, actually, but over time, you guys have sent in some of yours, and we kind of been stashing them in a folder, and now we have a sufficient amount to talk about a little bit on the show, and we'll get into that later.
Okay.
Going to be fun, but of course, we do unfortunately have to kind of crack the egg that's all over everybody's face right now, which is this show that just went on in Houston, man. This crazy
Yeah.
Travis Scott show. Now, I will tell you, perhaps I'm showing my age, perhaps I'm showing my affinity for this genre above others, in particular rap, but
Right.
I didn't know who he was. I didn't know who the dude was.
I will not
I'm sorry I
also
didn't.
cover up my ignorance. I thought it was a country music singer. I mean, you hear the
It
name
sa-
Travis Scott.
Right,
doesn't
it sounds like a
it's
country.
music
I
singer.
actually thought it was that Blink 182 guy, Travis Barker, who I had to do my homework today to realize who I thought it was, but I
So
thought that's who it was.
We had no idea who these people
Yeah,
were.
I really didn't.
But apparently he threw a really awful concert.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
people died.
And people died.
So,
8 people died.
At a minimum, 8 people died. I mean, people are still
Yeah.
at the hospital right now hanging
Fighting
on
for
for
their
life.
lives. And there's,
so.
but you know what's I find peculiar about these things when they happen and the human response to them? We're all about the death toll, and nobody cares about. There's so much more to it than that. There's so much. What about the dude that's missing a limb or never going to walk right again? Or there's a lot of that happen.
Right.
These things don't happen in a vacuum. Death is not the only.
Yeah, I mean,
people
it
live
just-
with a lot of fucked up injuries.
I
After
think it
shit
just
like
kind of
this
like
happens.
shows you how bad it was. It's
Yeah,
like the
I get it.
worst level of it.
I get it.
But no, you're right. I mean, people that just went to do their jobs that night,
Yeah, man.
security and medics and stuff were just there to stand on the sideline for 2 hours is what they
Right, it
thought
should-
probably.
concert,
so,
right? You figure I'm going to see a concert tonight is going to be the extent of my job
right.
usually.
Maybe a drunk
couple of
girl,
dehydrated
like-
people, right? Yeah, right.
but
You don't think
nothing
you're going
like
to deal
that.
with that? Well, now
and the accounts that I've read and heard and I've
yeah,
seen, of
I've
it,
been really diving into it
pretty
today.
awful. So
Yeah, pretty bad.
and I think it's really pretty bad, mostly to show the humanity of the people, the concert goers themselves. You guys are all really awful people, and you should feel awful about yourselves.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, right.
If you are a fan of, what's his name again?
Travis Scott. Yeah.
Look at yourselves and your friends, and, you know.
Not all. Let's clarify. Not all of you.
No.
Not necessarily all, but several that were there. It sounds like. And
yeah. No, I just said look at yourselves
first-
and your friends. I didn't
Yeah,
say
right.
like you were
Yeah.
definitely a bad one, but, you know, maybe
Right.
have the conversation about how you guys, you know, trampled on your
fellow musicians, yeah, right? Fans. It
Yeah.
is a crazy thing. Now I'll
to be
tell
this
you.
much closer to the stage.
Right. That's. I don't get what the point of it all was. And
It wasn't
let's
like
be
the
honest.
first 100 people here get to like.
We have very
Suck this guy's
violent
dick or
shows.
something.
Metal shows are known to have violent shows. We have mosh pits. We have, we do crazy shit at our shows.
Right.
And I'm not going to say people have never died. Let's be honest. There
Yeah, I
have
mean,
been
accidents
accidents. There's been things that have happened. But it seems to me that the difference between the two. Let me preface it real
etiquette.
quick. Let me preface this real
Okay.
quick.
Sorry.
I think it's important when you discuss these sort of things to acknowledge your bias. We've said this before on the show. It's kind of become a mantra of ours. Acknowledge your bias. Know that going into your conversation, acknowledge your bias. It is an obstacle in whatever conversation you're having, but if you acknowledge it, you can deal with it. And it
Okay.
becomes...
What, that we don't like rap?
Right. I do have a bias against rap. Let me rephrase that. Not a bias against it as much as I'm unfamiliar with it. It's not my thing. I know metal, so therefore by knowing it, it fosters, familiarity and comfort. You know what I mean? Whereas
Okay.
things you don't know foster curiosity and often, ignorance. Let's be honest, ignorance. I am ignorant to the rap game.
Okay.
I
What's the
admit
point
it.
of all that?
To say that, though, you know what I mean? That going into this conversation, I do acknowledge that it's not my game. It's not my thing. It's not. I'm alien to what I'm about to discuss as far as the fans go. But from the firsthand accounts now, and I've been diving into this all day, from accidents that have happened at metal concerts and accidents like the one that happened this past weekend, the difference seems to be the crowd. The difference seems to be
Well, and the performer.
yeah. Honestly, that is
crowd
crazy.
and the performer.
You're crazy. That's the fact that they continued to play for another 45 minutes.
There was not even a
is
pause
astounding
in the
to me.
performance to be like,
Astounding.
hey, can we, help these
Yeah.
people first,
Yeah.
and then we'll get back to it?
Travis Scott has claimed that he was unaware. That is bullshit. That is provably bullshit. You can get on YouTube right now and find out that that's bullshit. There are people climbing onto the stage, screaming directly at him, directly at his people. There are dead people here. People are screaming. The fans, a lot of them, and hats off to them, by the way, were screaming, "Stop the show! Stop the show! Stop the show!" because they saw there's carnage happening here. This is crazy, man. There's
Right. The EMT could not even communicate
because of
to
music.
get help
That
and
is
to
key.
get backup support.
That is key to me. That is, and I promise you, when this is litigated, and it's going to be litigated to high heaven, but when this is litigated, that is going to be something that's going to burn this rapper guy. The fact that EMTs are going to walk into that courtroom and say, "I was trying to do my job and save people, and I was unable to because the music was still playing, and I couldn't communicate with people," that is going to burn him. I believe that's
Right.
going to be problematic.
Right.
I
saw one EMT say that he was going through a crowd to go save somebody, and somebody was like, "Hey, there's a lady over there passed out. Like, she's been there about 10 minutes or so." And he goes and takes her pulse, and she's not breathing and has no pulse.
Yeah.
So
and people are walking by
just-
like it's crazy.
Hey, you mind picking up the dead lady so we
Right.
can finish our rap show here,
Right.
please?
Right.
Like that was the tone of the crowd.
Right. Crazy. It's
I can't
crazy.
even imagine
Now,
that.
and we're a metal show. We're a music show. So
At
obviously
work
we're
today,
coming
they were like,
from it.
"Oh well, it
from
got
that perspective.
crazy. Like it does. Like the show just like they didn't expect it to go crazy." I'm like, "Shit at metal shows goes much crazier
Crazy.
than that."
We have a
believe me.
smaller body count, man.
And
You
there's etiquette. Somebody used the word etiquette. That's what it is. It's you look out for each other. I told somebody else there isn't violence that's unwanted violence.
Right.
There is violence.
Right. There's mass
But-
violence.
Right. It's violent. But it's wanted violence.
Right. It's the violence we bring and we
Yeah.
control and we.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm sorry, but it is different, man. And I've never been knocked on my ass at a metal show. And I am fucking an old. I went and saw. I've seen Cliff Burton live. I'm just gonna say. So I'm an old metalhead. I've never been knocked on my ass at a metal show without somebody helping me up. Never. Not once. Not one time in my fucking life. Not once. And I
Can you
think
imagine being
that's
trampled over?
right. That's crazy. That's hard to imagine. And seeing these stories as these EMTs are coming forward and telling their tales of what they encountered and what they dealt with, it's troublesome.
Yeah.
Honestly, it is. It's troublesome.
It's
the
really-
apathy for human life
Yeah.
is troublesome there.
That section
Crazy.
of our human race, I'm ashamed of you guys.
Yeah, all right.
You know?
That whole thing took a black eye this week, man.
Yeah.
That's
Pretty rough.
that's a tough gig. That's a tough one to swallow, man. And again, I'm not going to say that metalheads are perfect or whatever. You know, that's not my case here. But I do believe we look out for our own a hell of a lot better than that.
Yeah.
So
You
pretty
got
fucked
a
up.
list actually of some pretty.
I did. We'll
bad
get
ones.
into that as we
we'll-
go. Yeah,
we'll
we-
talk. My point is there will be some metal shows.
Yeah,
on
there's
there.
some metal
it's
shows
not
on
like
there.
this is in a vacuum. It only happens
Right.
here, and this is an insane thing. I mean, it does happen.
It does happen.
Unfortunately, but I think the thing again. I'm going to harp on it is the reaction.
Well, one
when
thing
it happens, what you do about it.
for sure. And come on, look out for each other, man. That's all. We're on this marble for 12 minutes with each other, man. Look out for each other. How's that too much to ask? But before we do move on from this, and then we will be done with this topic for the evening, other than we are going to talk about some other fucked up tragedies that happened. It did set off our conversation, I guess, but we'll leave this specific part behind. But I'm going to defend Travis Scott on one angle here in particular.
Okay. What's that?
I saw it cited on one of the news coverage things today. They brought in some expert, some, what, blah, 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 who was condemning Travis Scott, and for all the wrong reasons, in my opinion. Continuing to play, damn him for that, I think. The fact that you did nothing while people died in front, all those, he's open to fair game.
Okay.
But this guy seemed to want to bring his rap lyrics to bear as the reason to implicate that he wanted people to die, I guess, or something. He's got a song where he mentions a mosh pit, apparently, which I didn't even realize that. That's how out of touch I am with that genre. I didn't know mosh pits were a rap thing. I'm glad to hear it, to be honest with you. I think that's cool. But I didn't know that. But apparently he's got a lyric in a song where he says, I want to see injuries in the mosh pit. And, man, fuck you for holding that against him, though. That's bullshit. That's... Hyperbole is lyrics, period. That's what we do. You can, there's millions of metal songs, there's millions of pop songs. Just because I say I want to write a song about being your fucking mailman, delivering you a love letter, does that mean I want to be your fucking mailman? That's
Wow.
ridiculous to me. That's unacceptable to me.
I
That's
don't.
stepping on,
Some of it was actually like rushing the stage, right? It wasn't like the actual mosh pit
No,
that got
yeah,
violent.
no, right,
It was the rushing
right.
of the stampede is what hurt people.
Correct. It had nothing to do with moshing
And that was just because
whatsoever.
they were so excited that the guy's on the
To
stage.
see Drake.
Are
Yeah,
you?
right.
You got to stampede each
Dude,
other.
That is funny. I thought the days of Elvis Presley were over, and the Beatles, and the whole. You see the videos of the Beatles coming on stage and people passing out and shit. I didn't think that existed anymore, but apparently it does. I swear to God, I've talked to someone here.
Did people die at the Beatles concerts?
No, they'd pass out though. It
Well,
it was a
excitement,
regular
not-
thing. They'd get so excited that
Yeah.
women would pass out at
Not
Beatles shows, which I
trampled,
find
though.
hilarious, by the way. But no, not trampled to death. It is weird. But I thought that was a thing of the past. I didn't think we still did that for our musicians, for our celebrities. But I guess I'm wrong.
I guess.
We freak out to the point we will stampede and run over our fellow
Some of us
fans.
do. I'm not.
Yeah, I agree, man. I agree. That shit's crazy. A crazy level of the ultra violence, if you will.
If I sound judgy at all in there, you could go ahead
Yeah.
and run with that.
Yeah, hate me for it
Fine
if you
with
need
it.
to. Whatever you need to do. Yeah, I'm good with it too.
All right, so what do we? Let's
But that was
play
a little
song for
that was a little bit of ultra violence. I just want to real
Oh.
quickly touch on this also.
Okay.
Just I while I'm blaming people for shit, I think that us as metalheads need to take one on the chin real quick collectively.
Okay.
I'm blaming all of us metalheads for this thing here that I'm about to tell you, but. And the thing is ultraviolence. I was trying to allude to it, give you the cute little setup there with the ultraviolence. But the band Ultraviolence, man, I'm sorry, but I can't take it. I can't take it, you guys. And it's our fault. It's our fault. Ultraviolence put out 3 amazing thrash metal records. Amazing thrash metal records. And we didn't give them enough love, apparently, man. We did not show them the love that they deserved. Because, dude, they were on my up-and-coming list. We were playing their songs and some of that stuff, and I was like, dude, this is a band to watch out for. And, wow, the last EP, they just put out a new EP, and they put out an album about a year ago, and they have shifted gears, ladies and gentlemen. That is, I don't
An
consider it
understatement.
metal anymore. But, yeah, I'm not sure exactly what it is. But I'm not a fan. And and hey, let's be honest, do what you do. They've been embraced by a different fan base, and I got no hate for you, but I'm curious, should they have changed their name? There's a lot of debate going on social media, like should they change their name? They should have changed their name. They've written a song in response to that debate to basically say fuck you for telling us we should change our name, which I get, by the way. I do get that it's my band. I don't have to change my fucking name if I don't want to. I totally get that.
Right. I'll do what I want.
But that is my question, I guess, about the ultraviolence thing. What is your right as a fan? Where does your ownership of what they've done come in? You know, you've invested, you've bought records, you've bought T-shirts, you've bought tickets, you've bought, you know what I mean?
Right.
At a certain point, that ultraviolence stuff is yours. It is part of the soundtrack to your life. So for them to change on a dime the way that they have, it feels like a betrayal to thrash metal fans. I can tell you that there's a lot of them on social media saying exactly that. It's a betrayal. And if you're going to change gears in that largely of a fashion, maybe you should change the name. What do you think, you know?
Yeah, I mean, it's just maybe the right thing to do, I guess is what you're saying. Like, you know, you shouldn't have to be told to do it. We agree. Like, you know,
nobody can tell you to do it.
You've decided, fuck it, I'm not doing it, then everybody needs to just eat a dick and live with it.
Right.
You know what I mean? But you should have done the right thing.
Right.
You know? And everybody understands it to be the right thing.
Right. Everybody knows what the right thing is, man. Yeah. You know, it probably was the labels, like you can't. But
well, they just want the notoriety, probably.
Right. They got a little bit of an audience.
Let's at
They
least
didn't want
get
to lose.
half of them to, you know, buy the album before they realize how bad it is.
And it is bad, man. I'm sorry. I'm curious to know what everybody out there thinks. Please give me your feedback on the ultraviolence and the change that they've made in their style.
Are they done?
They cut all their hairs off. Cut all their hair off. I mean,
I guess they're not growing that back, at least right away. But.
No, they're done with thrash, it seems.
Yeah, they're done.
Yeah, it seems to be.
Coming back.
They're very defensive about, you know, this is our new approach, this is our new thing, this is who we are now. And, you know, I wonder, man. They went the way
they can't keep up with it any longer.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, because I would imagine that's, you know.
What a shame. No.
You got to be athletic in some way to like keep up with thrash.
Oh,
like,
and this new stuff is phoned in.
Right? You know what I mean? So it's just probably old and tired.
Well, you hear that, Lorison gang? You're old and tired. Or at least that's Metal-O-Mania's take. So let's play a couple of songs for you. There you go. We touched all over that shit in the first beginning. We kicking off 233 with a bang tonight.
Let's give him another debut.
Yeah, here we go. We got AEON coming on. I got a couple for you. We're going to play 3 songs for you, and let's see. At least 2 of them are debuts.
Good.
So, but yeah, don't forget we got AEON coming on a little bit on the show. But let's open this up with some Beer. B-E-E-R. B.E.E.R.
Okay.
Beer is a band out of Brazil with a debut full-length outing right now called Blinded World. And they're a band called Beer out of Mexico. That's Cerveza, right? Cerveza? Correct? Cerveza. Fuck. I knew I was going to fuck that up.
Beer Cerveza.
But the song is Thrashing the Christ, and it is pure badassery. We're big fans around here of it, and you are about to be as well. Behind that, let's play some Dungeon Crawl. This is 3 songs in, 3 debuts into the show tonight. You heard me say the word debut. This is another one. San Jose has come to the party, and they're going to roll your assholes over because their new release is called Roll for Your Life, and The Vermin Below is the name of the song we're about to play. And then let's play some Nequient, Collective Punishment, the song from Strange Death of Kings. Anyone who knows us and follows the show knows that I love this merging that's going on of kind of death aesthetics with this hardcore punishment. There seems to be a trend of that, man, and I'm really digging it. Like the Gate Creepers and all that, I'm really, really digging that. And I believe Nequient brings that, you know, punch to the party, and I'm loving what they're doing. Out of Chicago, please do support them. These 3 jams are coming at you. Here on Metal-O-Mania, episode 233. Don't go nowhere, though. We got kick-ass guests. We got more Scully and more bullshit to talk about. So, ready to give it to them?
Yep.
Much love.
Much better.
I've warned you. I'll be forced to thrash you. Fuck you!
This is where I thrash. Christ, I would snort her dandruff.
Here are some more musical vermin whose mothers we wish had had medical plans that included abortion.
smell like a dead rat's asshole.
Everyone in the kingdom wants to suck your dick. No one wants to suck mine!
On the other side of the screen, it all looks so easy.
God damn it, I'm proud as fuck to be a metalhead. You know what I mean? Bands like that are why we do this stupid fucking show. It's a stupid fucking show, but I like it. I have fun making this stupid ass show. Do you have fun making this stupid ass show, Skulls?
Some days.
Yeah, right on. That's probably about accurate.
So funny.
Nobody's ever trampled themselves coming to see us, though, huh?
No.
Not anytime.
You know, I guess I shouldn't sound disappointed for that.
Yeah, right. Right. Nobody wants that, but you know, 8 people died this past weekend, and that
So
number
far.
could change.
Yeah.
Which does rank it outside of the top 10 as of now.
Okay.
Of deaths at
right, well,
a
that's
show,
good.
because I saw that somebody had made a list of top 10, and I think it was direct. Somebody did made this directly, and let me give credit to somebody here, even who did this.
Top left.
Kate Sedgwick. Kate Sedgwick did this list here. Yeah, there we go.
Okay.
Let's give credit to Kate Sedgwick, who made our list of deaths at a show. But the 10th worst death toll at a concert, it seems, by this list made by our awesome friend here, is a Pearl Jam show. A Pearl Jam show. It was the Roskilde Festival that happened in Denmark just last year, actually. June 30th of 2000. Excuse me. I said 2020 earlier. That's a misprint. But it's in 2000.
Oh,
June
okay.
of 2000.
Okay.
In Denmark. People rushed the stage. It sounds similar to what happened this week in that people rushed the stage. Some people collapsed. And when they did, they were trampled by the crowd coming through.
Okay.
I would say there's a huge difference here, though. And that is that the band was told about it and they stopped playing. They stopped playing and then directed fans to step away so that
People could be rescued and shit.
right, you know,
Okay.
personnel could come in and help people.
Gotcha.
But 9 people did die at that, though.
That is a shame.
It was referenced later in a Pearl Jam song called Love Boat Captain with the line, "Lost 9 friends will never know."
Oh,
which,
that's
fucked
awesome,
up.
too.
Yeah,
It's
that's pretty
fun
cool.
to, you know.
Oh, and you know what? I honestly, before we even go further on this, I do want to point out a couple of those. And doing my homework a little bit on this topic today, I did see a lot of instances of bands doing the opposite of what this Travis Scott did today, honestly. You know, and some of the bands I'm not even familiar with. Some bands I would say I'm not even a fan of. I'm not, we've come out here and given a shit to the Five Finger Death Punch guys a few times. I put Moody on my list of douchebags and all that shit. But there was a couple of different pieces of footage of him stopping shows and interacting because someone was being bullied by the stage was one instance, and another instance where somebody was grabbing at a girl, which is kind of a little funny knowing what we know about him. Maybe a little hypocritical, but still, that being still, that was the right thing to do, and he did the right thing. I'm just going to say, and I Prevail was one. I saw some footage of the dude from Chevelle, where he stopped the show. Matter of fact, Chevelle in particular, I thought was a good clip because a guy runs up to the singer on Chevelle and puts a hat on his head, and then runs off, and that's all you see on the footage. But clearly, off stage, the crowd control guys have gotten a hold of this guy, and they're fucking him up. And the Chevelle dude is not happy about it. He's like, whoa, what the fuck, man? He just put a hat on me, dude. Like, for real? That is completely unnecessary, you guys. That is crazy. That is crazy. Like, do you need to fight somebody? Like, what, you know what I mean? Like, what is wrong with you, man?
Wow.
And there's a few of those, honestly. The I Prevail guy, there was some footage of him interacting. There's actually footage of our boy Dave Mustaine from Megadeth where he reaches down. There's a kid, I guess, getting crushed towards the front of the stage, and Dave Mustaine gets off the stage and picks this kid up.
Wow.
And hands him over to the security guys. Matter of fact, no, he brings him on stage, and then Dave Ellefson walks over and hands the kid a water, and then somebody takes the kid off and shit. It's pretty cool.
Wow. Imagine to be that kid.
Yeah, pretty crazy, man. Pretty crazy. But yeah, but the point of that being, of course, not everybody keeps playing music when there's carnage going on.
Right.
Man, speaking of carnage.
Most people, in fact, don't just keep playing.
Right. Well,
what do you think? This is the fucking Titanic?
Yeah, right. Yeah, the ship is going down and you keep on playing them. There was footage of that incident at the Metallica show, even where the pyrotechnics, not the incidents where James Hetfield was burned by the pyrotechnics, but where that part of the stage collapsed and all that went down and shit. Man, that was pretty crazy. Like the dude's on fire and all that shit. Matter of fact, let's show that footage even real quick. That's from the Metallica show, where the dude fucking, that's crazy, right? That is crazy.
Yeah.
Like, and you can see Kirk Hammett's like, oh, I'm out of here, son. I don't know what the fuck's going on, but I'm out of here. Crazy. Crazy. Anyway, all right, well, let's get back to our list a little bit.
Okay.
There was a show in Cincinnati for, it was a general admissions show that took place at Riverfront Stadium, which is where I believe the Bengals play, right? Isn't that where the Cincinnati Bengals play?
I'm not sure.
I believe it
That
is.
was quite a while ago.
What? In 1979? Yeah, that was a 1979 show. The Who, by the way. I failed to mention it was The Who.
Okay.
But the doors opened at 7:45, and the people outside heard The Who on stage warming up, and that caused a surge, which led to people getting trampled.
Like, oh my God, we're missing it.
Yeah, right?
They started with us. Oh my God. What is wrong with people?
Dude, for real, man. It's a musician. I'll never get, man. It's just a dude. You're just a dude. I'm super happy that I've, in this role at Metal-O-Mania, I've been able to talk to so many people that I love, but it's still a dude. You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't get that.
Yeah.
You're just a dude, man. I'm not gonna fucking. I don't know. That's weird to me. It's weird to give any human being that response from another human being for anything. You know. Anyhow, the Morocco. This one is May 2009, and there was a show where this was actually a like an event to promote Morocco as a modern nation. They were doing a big event to show, hey, Morocco is now entered into we're no longer kind of third world status.
No.
They had Stevie Wonder there. They had Kylie Minogue. They had Ennio Morricone, and they had 11 people crushed to death by people storming the stage.
Oh my God. So this
Crazy.
happens a lot.
Yeah, happens way more than you think.
Huh.
And I will say, while that seems to be more of a trend than I realized going into this, because I thought, well, we'll cover it and we'll talk about it. And then that got me thinking, well, and let me give a shout out even. Zach Marcus, our buddy out there, who we've had on the show from Morbid Cross, who's a badass. You know, we've interviewed him and talked to him on the show a few times. Put a thing on Facebook today, or on social media today, yesterday, but about, you know, I see a lot of you metalheads out there being pretty sanctimonious about this shit. You know, like this shit don't ever happen at our shows. Like they're the only ones, you know what I mean? And I thought about it. I was like, well, let me look and find out. And he's not totally wrong. It happens more than I thought. It does happen a little more. But again, the glaring difference is that these bands stop playing. They attend to the injured. You fall to and honestly, again, the crowds will stop and attend to the fallen. And, you know, that seems like it didn't happen this week. I'm just going to say that. But, you know, this was there. That 11 people died of that. Let me move through some of these pretty quickly even. I don't want to get.
Are you doing them all in one break?
Yeah, because I want to get to some fun stuff. This is all a little, you know, heavier than I intended to get before all this death thing happened, and I figured we had to talk about it. But
okay. In
December of 2016, there was a show in a place called the Ghost Ship, and I believe it was decorated to make it look like a ghost ship, which I would like to check that out.
That'd be cool.
The incident took place in a former warehouse turned artist collective venue called the Ghost Ship, which had no smoke detectors or sprinklers.
Right.
And contained a significant amount of flammable material.
So it was not a legal fucking show.
Right.
And 36 people
died.
Well,
see, often what happens...
Dude, we learned all of our fire codes are based on...
accidents.
Literally, like shows. Yeah. Most of them, honestly, shows where
concerts.
Big groups of people got together, and they found out that, you know, doors have to open out to let people out, and you know, smoke detectors, and, you know, get down on the ground because smoke rises and you're gonna fucking suffocate and you won't be able to see.
How key is the
exit signs being lit up so you can follow them through the smoke. And
think about that, what you
just
said.
Basic shit.
I don't want to overlook that. Think about that. Put yourself in that situation.
When the
where
doors
you're
don't
in
open
a fire.
or don't open
I'm
out.
at the fucking door, and I can't open it because all of you assholes we're all going to die now because nobody's smart enough to back up for a second so I can open the door.
Can't. There's just
and that happens. That's happened.
Too many people panicked and pushing. And
well, in one of these, man, well, we'll get to it, but yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
You know, it's crazy. And that became the deadliest incident
in California.
In Oakland since the earthquake in 1989. 36 people died of this fire. Yeah, crazy. Well, and this was a deal where
in California, where like they're so crazy about their codes, and they're so you know,
and then boom,
they have this like underground
concert that goes on without code.
Who was the band?
What happens? It doesn't say. It just says it was a concert.
Okay.
Doesn't say in particular.
Gotcha.
But what happens often, and what it sounds like happened in this instance, is that people Bodies pile up by the fucking door. Imagine if you're barricaded by bodies of human beings, and that's it. We're all going to die because there's now no longer an exit because there's human beings. There's a wall of human.
Yep.
That's maddening. All right, yeah, I got a little footage of this one, and this one's crazy, man. This is in 2011, Indianapolis, at the Indianapolis State Fair. The stage collapsed. They all died. Yeah, there's always deaths at the fair, right? What was that, A Million Ways to Die in the West? Yeah. I love that movie.
People died at the fair.
People died at the fair. And 56 people died at that fair, actually. And, dude, look at this footage. I'm going to show this a little bit here while we're talking about it, but that is upsetting. 70-mile-an-hour winds came and uprooted. When I've put together, has anyone out there put together a stage? You put together stages, they have these metal, circles,
pedestals
that you drop metal poles into. Often they're not locked in. They're not locked in because the weight of it is what holds it together. It's so heavy that you put it in there and it's held into by this sleeve, kind of. Well, so a 70-mile-an-hour winds came and literally yoked them fuckers right out of the goddamn moorings, and the whole stage came forward on people. The whole fucking stage collapsed on people in front row.
Oh my God!
Unbelievable. That is unbelievable. Unbelievable. Crazy.
Oh my God! Because that's the stage, the equipment, everything. Whoa.
Lights and awful thing. I feel, there's people that were at that show that are dreaming about that shit still. That's just crazy, man. That footage is crazy. Crazy. So, all right, number 4, let's roll through these here. Then number 4 in Bangkok in Thailand, 100 people. This is crazy.
These are all just within the last how many years?
This is 2009.
Okay.
So, it's unclear what started the fire in the Santika nightclub. But what is clear is that on New Year's, the band played while the barn burned, and there was mentioned. Some people think it was sparklers, some think it was pyrotechnics. But one thing is clear: they had no sanctions. It was an unsanctioned event. There was no fire inspection. There was one fire extinguisher in the entire building, and exits. This is the part that this story that makes me sick. Exits had been welded shut to avoid
people breaking in.
For the show.
Oh my God.
Mm-hmm. That's a little sickening. That'll make your tummy crawl a little. Number 3 in Rhode Island, a lot of metalheads out there, especially if you're hair metal fans. If you remember the old Great White, anybody remember Great White? I always thought Great White was kind of a next generation Led Zeppelin in a lot of ways, but and I believe he even did a bunch of Led Zeppelin cover albums, if I'm not mistaken. But West Warwick, Rhode Island, a lot of people are familiar with this and remember this. 100 people died in February 2003, when the fire pyrotechnics blew up in the Rhode Island club in West Warwick while the band Great White played. People stacked up by the doors. Nobody could get out. There was mass confusion. And this one's a little sickening, too, because the official report came out. There was plenty of exits that were wide open behind the stage, but everybody wanted to go out the exit that they came in. You're, I guess, in a panic. You try to go where you came in to get out. So they all went to the same doors while those doors basically were open.
Nobody, tried another door anywhere?
And mass panic. The place was on fire. People were storming the front of the building.
Was the fire at the stage, though, right? So you had to go by the fire.
Probably. But right there was freedom and redemption and safety, and nobody, utilized that exit. Very, very sickening. But people remember, the guitarist Ty Longley himself perished in that incident. Great White lost their guitar player in that fire. So,
awful.
Warwick settled for $176 million lawsuit. Jesus Christ. All right, 2 more. The Beverly Hills Supper Club was in Kentucky. It was in Kentucky because it ain't no more. But in 1977, at a John Davidson concert. Does anybody remember? Nobody remembers John Davidson. I know you don't. But John Davidson was one of those like Casey and the Sunshine Band kind of guys from back in the day. And due to narrow passageways and sprawling maze of the way that the club was designed, nobody knew how to get the fuck out when it caught fire. Yeah. So the fire reached the main room, and the crowd panicked, and nobody knew where to go, and everybody trampled each other to death trying to get out. Fucking crazy, dude. Crazy. And number 1, man, 194 fucking people. This one's crazy to me. There was a concert with 3,000 revelers to see the band Calajeros, which is a big band in Buenos Aires, which is in Argentina. 3 times the size crowd for the venue showed up for this place. 3 times the size.
And they let them all in?
Well, the club had several doors that were permanently locked shut with emergency exits fenced off to prevent people from sneaking in. People managed to get in anyway. It ended up being 3 times the capacity when a fire broke out. No sprinkler system, no fire extinguishers, no way out, and way too many people. Between the ranging of death were being crushed, burned, and trampled. 194 people. Awful. You should never go to a show, and that's the end of your fucking life, man. That's crazy. And I'm sorry, but again, I know this is going to sound sanctimonious as a metalhead, maybe, but metalheads we don't do that to each other, man. We don't. We look out for each other like that. It's crazy to me that.
I mean, if you're in a small venue that's on fire, you can't say what's going to happen.
You're right.
You probably are going to trample some people.
You're right. Panic's a bitch.
Yeah. But as far as like in an open concert and you're just rushing the stage, again, it happens. But again, once it does happen, look out for people and try to help where you can.
We've got a video on YouTube where we do the 15 rules to the mosh pit. We did that quite a while ago now, and I wish I did it recently because I'm so much better at editing than I was when I did that. But 3 of our rules, we have 15 rules, and 3 of them are help your brother and sisters up when they fall to the ground, man. 3 of those rules are that, It's important shit.
Because it's important.
Important shit. Okay, well, let's bring in AEON and talk to him a bit. What do you think?
Something fun.
Yeah, and then we'll get away from this, I promise. The rest of the show we'll talk about. We have goofy facts that you guys send in to us that, honestly, I had to look up a few of them because I didn't believe you. And you're right, though, you crazy bastards. So let's bring in AEON, man. I'm super excited about this. I've been such a huge fan of AEON for so long. Their first full-length outing just came out, though, since 2012's AEON's Black. Think about that, man. It's been more than a minute. And it is God Ends Here, an easy contender for Album of the Year. It's so fantastic. We're going to play the title track off of it tonight after we talk to Zeb, so I'm really excited about that. And then we are going to bring in a couple more jams for you behind that, but we'll talk about that when we get back. How about that?
Okay, sounds good.
Let's talk to AEON.
Oh, yeah.
Fuck yeah. Metal-O-Mania, don't go nowhere.
And now for something completely different.
All right, Metal-O-Maniacs, as you can see, the badassery continues here at Metal-O-Mania as I'm joined by a brother of ours, a band who I've loved for a good long time now, man. What's up, brother? How are you, sir?
I'm all good. How are you?
So much better now that I'm talking to you, my friend. You're making my day by joining us.
Oh, yeah, I'm glad to hear that.
Well, I guess many of our metalheads already know who you are, but for those out there who do not, if you don't mind, introduce yourself to the masses, my friend.
Okay, I'm Zeb. I'm the lead guitarist for AEON. One of the founding members. We started in 1999, and we're here today.
Oh, well, and that's a great place to start, man. Does it ever set on you now that, like, man, we've been doing this over 20 years now, brother? This is crazy.
Yeah. Like I think like next year or something, me and Tommy has been playing with different, bands since like for 30 years now. So It's crazy.
Wow, a life devoted to metal. That's why we love you, brother.
Yeah, we know each other too well.
Well, and let's be honest too. I mean, Sweden being a land rich with a tradition of kick-ass death metal and stuff, man. So that you're keeping the tradition alive and well there, sir.
Try to.
Well, do you ever take stock in the fact that you're a part of such a kick-ass brigade and a home for this style of metal?
I usually don't think of it that way, really. When I think about Swedish death metal, I think more like Entomb, Dismember, Grave, Unleashed, those guys, that really started up the whole thing. But then again, like I've been playing death metal since '92, so that's when me and Tommy started jamming with different constellations. So yeah, I guess I've been around pretty long too.
Fuck yeah.
So.
What were the bands that you were jamming when you were a young cat? Getting into it.
Yeah, I see. Well, he had his band with Thomas Elofsson. He's the guitar player for Hypocrisy. They had a band back in '92, and they needed a bass player for a gig because their original bassist, he had like, he couldn't do it for some reason. I don't remember really. And so I jumped in, did the gig, and after that I had another band with another guy, which became the Face Creation. I don't know if you've heard of that band. And then Tommy joined us in there in '93, I think, and we recorded a demo and stuff, and then we released some singles and an EP, and then an album. We did a tour with Dying Fetus, their first time in Europe in '98 was that, and after that tour, that's when the CD came out, and shortly after that, we called it quits, and me and Tommy started AEON.
Right on. It's funny you bring up Dying Fetus. I actually went to school with those guys. We're right here in Washington,
really?
D.C. Yeah, I grew. Grew up knowing those cats, man. So.
Yeah.
Crazy bunch of dudes.
Oh yeah. I remember John. He was so wasted. Sometimes he couldn't even stand up, but still he got up on stage and pulled it off like a maniac.
Yeah,
it was so good,
A switch clicks when he gets up there. A switch clicks or something,
Yeah. I don't know what happened.
That's good shit. Well, Aeon's Black was 9 years ago now, brother. 9 years ago. It's been a turbulent part in time in the world, man. Of course, clearly God Ends Here is worth the wait, but did you expect it would be such a long time between records, or was that kind of crazy, world events? Or
no, it wasn't planned or anything. Time just flew by.
No shit, right?
Like we toured until late like autumn 2015, and then Emil, who was our drummer back then, he joined Abbott as a drummer, and it was really hard for us to pull anything off touring wise or anything with that situation. So we started looking for a drummer. At this time, Daniel had quit the band, and we had Ronnie in the band for a while. He did 2 tours with us, then he quit. I did a tour as the only guitarist, like the last tour we did. And we started looking for new band members, basically. And we had some new stuff written back then. Like The Queen of Lies was probably one of the first songs that I wrote. I had some of, not the whole thing, but basically the whole song was written already back in 2014.
Oh, wow. No
and and then we had Timo Häkkinen from Finland joining us on drums, and then Daniel got back, so we kind of thrilled because we were a complete band again. And then COVID hit us, so we couldn't work with a Finnish drummer anymore, so we had to find a new one, a Swedish one. That's when we found Janne from Dark Funeral, and
and
time flew by, I guess.
Yeah, it has a way of doing that, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Well,
the older you get, the
yeah, no shit, true. My father used to say, time is a snowball rolling downhill. The older you get, the more speed it picks up,
Completely true.
So true, brother. Well, obviously the band had to go through a few changes to become what it currently is now, but man, I got to tell you, it's so worth the wait, because God Ends Here is insane. It's ridiculous,
Oh yeah.
When you waited all this time, basically with the band things, did COVID come? How did that fall into your plans there? Did that come and fuck things up even further, or?
Yeah, actually it did, because we were about to hit the studio and everything, and then the COVID hit us, and we were like, okay, how long do we wait? We can't. We hate to, release a new album and then not being able to, follow up with touring and gigs. But
what a
so we
monkey wrench.
waited. Oh yeah. Like, but now actually we were still waiting. We didn't know what to do, and we felt like fuck it. We'll just release it now. We have to do it. We can't wait anymore. And I guess we timed it pretty well.
Yes, absolutely. Because it is right now, the world is reawakening, as if you will. So,
yeah.
And we need it, man. I feel like we're coming out of a cocoon or some shit. You know what I mean? Like we've been asleep for fucking 2 years.
Yeah.
You know? Are you able to start putting together the package that will ultimately be the supporting tour for this now? Or is that something you're able to start planning yet? Or, I know this is an odd thing as far as putting out an album.
It's difficult right now.
Right.
Yeah. You mean like if we're gonna tour or something?
Yeah, I mean, are you able to start planning that, or is that kind of still in the gray area of wait and see?
Yep. No, we can definitely plan that. It's just that we don't have a permanent drummer yet, so we still don't have one. So we get a lot of good offers touring wise and gigs, and we just have to make sure we have a drummer who can do it with us and who can pull it through. So
yeah, I tell you what, we talked to
we're still in the same shitty situation.
Right. A lot of bands are looking for drummers right now. It's like drummers have become unicorns, It's like the single blonde at the orgy. The single blonde at the orgy party, man. Where the fuck are they? What the fuck?
Yeah.
What the fuck? But well, shit. So, well, I guess one that's clearly the last hurdle in place then, and then it'll be AEON on the road, right? Is that the deal?
Yeah, that's what we're hoping for.
Fuck yeah, me too, man. Because this album just came out. For all of you Metal-O-Maniacs out there, truly, if you have not gotten your copy yet, man, make that change in your life. God Ends Here. It is out officially. It came out on the 15th. And it is must-own, mandatory listening for you metalheads out there, man. So the world being what it is, it's crazy, it's whatever. But once you got in the studio, all of that noise kind of dies down and it just becomes about making the record, right? I mean, what was that like? Was that nice to get in there, especially after a little bit of a, time frame between records? What did it feel like to get in there and start really pumping away on making God Ends Here?
Oh, it felt great. And with the COVID, we this time around we recorded all the guitars and the bass in our own studio, and Tommy used another studio. It's the same that we use for AEON's Black for recording his vocals, and then Janne, who did the drums, he has his own studio that he's built like where he lives. So
right,
that's how it worked this time. It wasn't the same thing, but still, it felt great just to have it, recorded and documented.
Right, and be back at it again.
Yeah.
I can't wait. With all this shit going on, I feel like I've been locked in the studio for 2 goddamn years, man. I'm getting cabin fever. I'm gonna go The Shining. I'm gonna go Jack Nicklaus from The Shining up in here.
Oh, yeah. Here's Johnny.
Yeah, right. It's fucking crazy times, man. But the world needs metal, and the world needs shows, and the world needs God Ends Here. And for those out there who have not picked it up, I mean, you can get this anywhere. This is on you're on Amazon, Bandcamp. This, you can pick up God Ends Here literally anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. So please do so. And of course, you have all the good social medias that people can follow, Facebook and YouTube channels and all that. There are I believe there's 2 videos Instagram. Out. 2 videos out right now so far for the new album?
It's 3 actually. It's a lyric video for Church of Horror, and then there's an official video for God Ends Here. And then yesterday we actually released a instructional video for which one was it? Let It Burn. So it's basically us musicians just playing the song, filmed it. So that's it.
Yeah. Fuck yeah, man.
Yep.
When you're finally able to hit stages, which of the songs on the new album are you most looking forward to performing live for people?
Oh, yeah, I haven't thought of that. I guess one song that will definitely sound pretty cool if we play it live is Let the Torturing Begin.
Fuck yeah.
It's a heavy ass song. So yeah.
I
don't know really.
Is that one you can already picture the mosh pit opening up to, you know?
Yeah, usually people go nuts when you play something really heavy.
Fuck yeah.
And I guess that one is the heaviest one, I guess.
Nice. Oh, well, I'm looking forward to jamming that sucker then. I got to ask, does that ever cross your mind when you're in the studio, when you're making the music? Do you ever think to yourself, oh man, when people hear this live, they're going to go fucking bananas?
Yeah, sometimes it actually does. Actually, already when you're, come up with a new riff and you record it and you put drums to it, already then you can start imagining that.
Right. Looking forward to that live. I mean, that's what you do it for. The studio is great and the records are fine, but live shows, that's where it's at. So
exactly.
Fuck yeah, that's good shit. Well, what song should we play for everybody today? What video should we play for everybody tonight on the show, sir?
Okay, among any artist or what?
Well, yours. What video of yours should we play from the new album?
Okay, well, go with God Ends Here then.
Let's do it. Let's play the title track off of the brand new album and split everybody's head open with it.
Oh yeah.
Well, yeah. And all of you Metal-O-Maniacs, if you have not picked up this record yet, if you have not picked up this album yet, I implore you, I encourage you. This is such a huge part of the soundtrack to our lives around here right now, man. So I appreciate that from you, brother, very much.
Yeah. Yep.
Kick ass. Well, let's play everybody the jam then, sir.
Yeah.
I appreciate your time very much hanging out with us at Metal-O-Mania.
No worries. Thank you.
Thanks, brother.
Hey, this is Zeb from AEON. You're watching Metal-O-Mania with the Crypt.
No applause?
The show's not over yet.
Well, that's good. That bitch has chaotic energy. She's like a scorpion in a toaster.
I really don't want to spend tonight in the LA County Jail giving some white supremacist a crying blowjob.
Here you are, finally awake. And your only wish is to go back to sleep.
Say it again, it keeps me awake.
Hey there, Metal-O-Mania. I don't know about the rest of you, but I sure am glad that Metal-O-Mania is back from vacation and ready to bring me the goods. Let's fucking party, people.
How awesome is that to get AEON on the show, man?
Hell yeah.
Fucking Hate last week and AEON this week and Snafu next week and VHS is coming in. And we're going to be talking to Vaulted, and we got a lot of good interviews coming at you. Keep hanging out. But we followed that up, you may have noticed, with a couple of quick jams, which was Crucified. We played Crucified, Grievous Cry from The Grievous Cry. And that is a Japanese thrash metal outfit, man. And I'm loving the fuck out of it. That is a debut, too. Debut. Get your drink on. And it is out now. So pick it up and support those guys. And then we threw some Hate Angel in at you right behind that, man. And that is another debut. You know, Kill for Passion is the name of it. Death Awaken is the name of that jam. And, man, have you noticed there's a trend going on tonight's playlist a little bit, man? We've got a lot of that thrashy blackened emergence going on, man. That's another. I talked earlier that I like that hardcore death thing that's kind of happening. I also am thoroughly enjoying this blackened thrash movement that's underway right now, man. There's a lot of it kind of emerging all at once, and I'm really digging it, man. I'm really liking a lot of it. That you know, that blackened aesthetics with thrash riffs and shit. Digging and Hate Angels, a great example in my opinion, and a very big fan. So thank you for jamming that show with us. Support the bands, right? Support the bands.
Of course, right. Like, follow, and subscribe.
There you go. That's what we do. That's what we do. All right, so I did want to get away from some of the goofy, heavy shit we talked about earlier on the show, and you guys have sent us some goofy facts. We got goofy facts. Segment.
Sticking with the goofy, though, huh?
Yeah, we're going to go with the goofy.
Okay.
I know we did. We've talked about various names over time for our. What was it? It was unnecessary facts, useless trivia, goofy facts, whatever shit you don't need to know, but you're about to. How about that? That's what we're going to call it. So
Look how little you printed those.
I know.
What
I'm
were
not
you
a
thinking?
smart person. I failed to give credit, I guess, to everybody, but well, you'll know who you are when you send it. So there you go. The longest time. This one's right from the gate.
All of these are
already.
facts.
These are facts. I verified a
You've
bunch
researched.
of them. Yes.
Okay. All right.
And this one is true, and I can't believe it. The longest time. Well, I'm going to ask you even. There you go. Take my pen. The longest time between two twins being born, how long would you guess was the record for twins? Twins. From one being born to the other. What would you guess is the record time between the two?
Like a month.
Wow, yeah, would you? How about 87 days?
87 days. I assumed it was a long time because of the way you were saying it. So like,
yeah, right. Even 30 days is. I would have never believed 30 days, honestly.
wow. So like one, obviously was premature, and then the other one stayed and finished.
Superiorly for premature.
Wow.
Crazy, man.
Huh. Interesting.
Pretty fucking crazy, man.
What's interesting is how you can induce labor for one and then stop it in time to like keep the other one in there.
Yeah, right. I know. Yeah, it's wild that you could even do that. It's wild that was possible.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, I didn't get a lot. I should have wrote down more details, but there was just so much of it.
Yeah,
I don't want to
get it.
Called down to the. How about the oldest condoms ever found? Date back to the 1640s.
Oh my God.
Doozy, we're on the run. 1640s.
Say it again.
The oldest condoms ever found date back to the 1640s.
Ever found?
Yeah.
Like
they were made from animal and fish intestines, and they were condoms. They were used to put over your dick and keep somebody from getting pregnant. Would you have thought condoms go back to the 1640s?
I mean,
people were
all
using
about
condoms.
Fucking,
yeah,
I'm
I guess
sure.
fucking ain't new.
Yeah.
So stopping.
Yeah.
Yeah, you might be right.
And they understood back then probably we were overpopulated.
Yeah.
But how did we find them? Like,
I don't know.
In use on like
No.
skeletons, or
I'm sure they're just in
like,
the debris of the archaeological digs and shit like that.
Huh.
I'm betting. You know what I mean? Archaeological digs into various. You
and
know.
what, they're like hard a little because they've got like jizz inside.
They
were preserved
I am
a
not
little by
Indiana
the-
Jones. You are asking questions outside of my purview.
Does the jizz help preserve them? in some way?
maybe jizz preservatives.
Yeah.
That's crazy, right?
I wonder if they can get DNA off of it and make like an Encino Man.
They can track that motherfucker.
modern
They
day.
can clone him.
Yeah.
Or at least track down his relatives and be like, here's a condom left by your great-great-great-grandfather. Here's what he left you.
Congratulations. You
A
own some
jizz
sorta-
sock. Yeah, there you go.
All
That's
right.
fucked up, man.
All right, what's your next fact?
How about female kangaroos have 3 vaginas? There's one. There's one for you.
Female kangaroos have 3 vaginas.
Female kangaroos have 3
Well, I guess
vaginas.
male kangaroos probably don't have any, right?
Yeah, I don't know. How many dicks do they have, though? Do you have 3 dicks to go on 3 vaginas? Is that how that works?
I wonder.
Is that like a glove situation? How
Does that mean
work?
like you could fuck anyone you want, or you just pick one, or all of them?
Wow.
Or
Do
you,
kangaroos do gangbangings and shit?
Whoa. I feel like they're really
Fuck
big
me.
for that. Like
Yeah.
big, large animals. You know?
Yeah,
I
they're
already
aggressive.
think like once you have more than like 3 people involved, like how do you even get everybody in the right space if they're all together?
Right. That's
but
true.
No, like
just on a pure fucking.
oh, wait,
you know.
maybe one is for having babies, so you only fuck that one when you want to have babies. Otherwise, like that hole is like gonna just wither away. Or
Dude, that's an
die.
evolutionary piece of magic you just buttered up on
Yeah.
there. What if women had 2 vaginas, one for fucking for no babies and one for fucking for babies? How awesome would that be? That's my baby fucking hole.
I'm sure a lot of men out there are making the joke to themselves that that's what the butthole's for. Right?
Ah, right, all right, yeah. Okay.
Right.
This is my baby fucking hole, and that's my non-baby fucking hole. How fucked up is that?
That's way fucked up.
So does that mean the dumper is the non-baby fucking hole?
No,
Is it,
I
did we
was
just
just-
assist?
no, no.
Just 2 vaginas.
But yeah,
2 vaginas.
I'm interested
3
in the
vaginas.
3 vagina thing.
Yeah, me too. I'm interested in 3, 4, 5 type vaginas for that matter. Everyone has a unique tongue print, just like their fingerprint. Did not know that.
Okay.
I did not know that. Did you know that?
No.
I did not know that. Most Muppets are left-handed. Do you realize that? Because most Muppeteers are right-handed, and they use the fucking head for that. So, you know, so they operate the head with their favored hand, making most Muppets left-handed. I thought that was interesting. Fuck you for that look you're giving me.
Okay.
For bringing it up.
What, like with their thumb?
They, huh? What? What do you mean their thumb?
As opposed to their pinky, because I would make them right-handed.
Their one hand goes up their head, and then they're operating their hand with their other hand. You know, that's how a Muppeteer does it. You got the
I
head.
was thinking of puppet, I guess.
Yeah,
where
you're
your
thinking
hand-
of something different.
We're like your hand, you know.
You're thinking something. You got to move his mouth with your
You're
hand
like
like
this
that.
hand is that one.
No.
The pinky is.
I
one.
believe it's like this inside of an actual Muppet. It's a lever
Is that
like
how you do
that.
it?
Yeah, you flick a dicky. Yeah, you do that, but see, then you operate the hand with this. Good Christ, you're killing me, Skulls.
We were supposed to get through these quickly.
I know. Let's do it. Let's get through some of these. We'll come back to some of these. Even we talk too much death to start the show on a death metal show. We're not supposed to do that, are we? Here, we'll come back to some of these. Even let's go ahead and play some music. What do you think? I got so many of these. There's so many fucking. There's thousands of them.
Well,
You guys send in hundreds
the
of them.
list.
We'll
Let's
go
play
through some of them. We'll play some music and then we'll talk about some of these. Let's play a 3-pack for everybody. In fact, let's play some Omnism. This is our buddy, as a matter of fact, Will, man, big fan of these guys. Omnism, The Fallout Remains is the name of the song from Forced Perspective. Let's keep the debuts rolling. In fact, this is another one. Back to New York for this one. Thrashy goodness. You're gonna love this shit as much as I do. We'll follow that up with our old school jam of the week, which is Mortification. Mortification, Brutal Warfare from Mortification's 1991 debut release. Yeah, even the old school jam tonight is a fucking debut. So we're trying to get you drunk and take advantage of you guys out there. That's an Australian thrash-laden death metal band that's pure badassery. What's that? And then after that, let's play some Demonologist. Demonologist, I Curse, I Dance is the name of the song and the release we're going to play for you tonight. And these cats are out of the Ukraine. And guess what? A debut. It is a debut. It's blackened, it's thrashy, it's badass, and it's my kind of shit. So let's play it. This will be our sandwich tonight. You ready?
Yeah.
Let's
Fuck
do
yeah.
it. Let's feed them the sandwich, Scully, and then we'll come back and go over that list a little bit better than I just failed to do. How about that?
Sounds good.
Here you go. Eat some metal, but don't go nowhere.
I believe this is the beginning of the fall of mankind.
To the pit of filthy shame where we reside.
is when you have power and control. While the meek inherit dreams of knowing both. Bottle masses waiting silent for the king to be the throne. A selfish refrain to a cancerous dream. The fallout remains. A future now slain. There is no way out from the only place we know. Drowning rats in a cage of light. While the corporates all approve. Pathetic fascination of wealth and hate. Crooked is the darkened path, which is our fate. Fate, fate, fate.
Asleep to the sound of my own screams.
Right.
I love living with my girlfriend because I live with nothing but dudes most of my life. And I'm a grown-ass man, which means I've had grown-ass men roommates, which is grown-ass disgusting, all right? Had a bald roommate before, and I'm not here to make fun of the bald. I got my own situation going on, all right? This story ain't ending well at all. However, a bald roommate is nature's alarm clock. Wake up. Time to move out. Especially if your roommate had hair when you moved in. Wake up. It's over. That dream's done. Me and my girlfriend got our own bed. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Bed sleepers? Anyone sleep in a bed? At night? Oh! Best way to sleep, up in a motherfucking bed. Don't even get me started on blankets. I get in a bed with blankets, I just start sleeping, man. I can't help it. I can't help it. I was sleeping on an air mattress for a while, just like 2 years. When you go to the store and you buy an air mattress to sleep on as your main bed, they should give you a free box of tissues, because that is a sad, sad purchase. On the box, it's like, great for sleepovers and slumber parties and camping trips, but it should be like, great for really bad decisions, economic disasters, divorce, mild drug addiction. Every day is a bad day when you wake up on the wrong side of the floor.
You're a butt-fucking quitter.
Stay off drugs.
Every girl I know, all the time, is two things. Freezing. Starving. Oh my God, I'm so cold. Is anybody else freezing and starving? No, it's 78 degrees in here and there's fucking food everywhere. You're rude. You're a rude person. They all say the same thing too. I haven't had anything to eat all day. You haven't had anything to eat all day. I had lunch. You know, when you're freezing all the time, you don't dress for like there's weather. Women dress for the first 30 seconds of wherever they're going. They dress for like the big entrance to the party, like, and then you spend the rest of the party like, I'm freezing and starving and my feet hurt and we have to go home. But I'll bring girls out. And then guys will be hateful in a different way. They'll be like, dude, you know that girl's only with you because of your career, right? And I'll be like, yeah, of course I know that. Why do you think I have a career? What do you think, I rely on my body to get women? No, my 18th birthday, I stood naked in the mirror and I was like, you better write some jokes.
Let's dance. And by dance, I mean let's try to kill each other.
has changed. Even our gods dance to a new song.
And that's how we metal sandwich on episode 233 of Metal-O-Mania. Good shit, man. Omnism, our old school jam with some mortification and some demonologists. We encourage, we implore, we beg and plead for you to support these bands. There you go. So we got into a little bit of the goofy facts there, and I guess I failed to get them straight there. So Scully got us organized. Do you want to go?
Highlighted a couple.
Yeah.
We just picked 3 or 4.
Some of the
just
fun
to,
ones, yeah. I did want to close on some of the funner stuff tonight since we talked about some of the damn crazy concert deaths early in the show tonight. But
well, I got another. I got actually 2 death ones.
oh, okay.
So.
Well, hey, it is a metal show. So, you
Well,
might say we have
I'll
a death
start with
fetish.
those then. How about that?
All right. Well, I'll tell you what. You give me one. I'll give you one of mine, and then we'll go back and forth.
Okay, all right,
So what do you
that's
got? What do you got?
In 1567, the man said to have the longest beard in the world died from tripping over his beard running away
What?
from a fire.
Running away from a fire.
Yeah.
No shit.
Yeah.
So that's one. We talked about tramplings and all that shit earlier, but running away
Fires
from
and
tripping over your beard.
yeah.
Wow. Shout out to my buddy Jeff Perks out there, man.
Does he have a long beard?
Oregon's reigning beard champion. Yeah, he's got a super long beard.
nice.
Yeah.
Well, that's not just longest then. That's probably
No,
like
it's
well
beautiful.
kept.
It's beautiful. It's a beautiful beard, Jeff.
Nice. Okay.
Good stuff.
All right.
Good stuff. Good
Good
stuff.
job.
All right. Well, how about this? It cost the U.S. Mint almost twice as much to mint each penny and nickel as the coins are actually worth.
Oh, great.
Taxpayers
Smart.
lost over $100 million in 2013 alone from those being coins being made. And, man, if you want to look into a racket, by the way, the mint and the way that works and the U.S. Treasury and the fucking the World Bank and the fucking,
Why
the
do
Fed,
we need to be making coins at all?
The Federal Reserve is
fucking-
not
it's a
federal, by the
joke.
way. We pay them interest. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. So, yeah.
A lot of interest.
So we're literally in there for them to create our coins, specifically in particular pennies and nickels,
Which nobody uses.
which nobody even uses anymore. We're coming out the asshole for that. It's costing us out the ass for those stupid
So
coins to be
stupid.
made.
That's our government.
Pretty stupid.
Yay, that's a fun fact.
Yeah, fun. Okay, what you
All
got?
right. Well, how about the
Hey, these were sent in by these guys, by the way. This is our list fan favorites. So
how about the dance
Fuck you
fever
guys.
of
No.
1518? Have you ever heard of this? The dance fever, basically,
Maybe.
for about a month. It was a month-long plague. I mean, this is a fact, people. This is you can
yeah,
look this up.
dude,
A
they were on
month-
drugs or something,
a
right?
month, I don't know. A month-long plague of inexplicable dancing, in which hundreds of people literally just danced for about a month for no reason.
For a month, just broke into
like
dance.
danced themselves to death in some
To
cases.
death, yes.
Like exhaustion and just fucking just
Dude,
kept going.
My personal theory, and I'm totally just guessing on this, but they found some drugs, man. Somebody found some tree that had some good shit in it. They found that somebody tapped into something wild there. That's a crazy
Hundreds
drug
of
experiment.
people.
That would be fertile ground, wouldn't you
In
say, for like
Strasbourg.
a horror movie or something?
1518 was the year.
1518, yeah.
I wonder if there was some experimental shit going on there or something. Like
Fertile ground for a horror movie background, I would say. That's a
Yeah.
good setting. One of you writers incorporate that.
And I wonder if that's like once you encounter the group dancing, you start dancing and then you can't stop.
Right.
But if you're
Fury
like off in
takes
the
over.
distance, like far enough away, maybe you're not infected yet.
Right.
But don't go investigate.
We've talked in the past a little bit about that phenomenon, that kind of mob mentality that takes over, that mass hysteria. Maybe we should dive into that again at some point, because that was a while
Interesting.
ago that we've talked
Well,
about that.
we
Crazy.
lost a couple people because, I don't know how many people, but hundreds of people were involved.
That's wild.
Fucking crazy.
That is crazy. That is crazy. All right, how you like this for crazy?
All right.
Light doesn't necessarily travel at the speed of light. Did you know this? I thought that was a phenomenon. I guess that makes sense, but
I thought the speed of light was like a
the speed-
defined number.
I did too. But apparently it isn't. The source of light can change the speed of it, and the slowest we've ever recorded light to move at is 38 miles an hour.
Well, that's really slow. Even.
That's pretty slow, yeah.
How would light move? That
Like
slow?
one of the fastest forms of travel in the universe, or 38 miles an hour. Yeah, quite a disparity there, right?
No shit.
Pretty crazy.
I don't even understand.
Yeah, apparently different sources of light can affect its speed and output, which Light has the slowest light has ever been recorded at is 38 miles per hour. Pretty crazy.
Yeah, that blows my mind.
That's a while. Yeah, right.
Changes
a lot
everything
of these,
you know about anything.
The whole
right?
world's fucked, bro.
Right.
All right. What else you got?
How about? Oh, this one's a good one.
All right.
There is a species of monkeys. I think it's the Rhesus monkeys.
The Rhesus
if I'm
monkey. Yes.
pronouncing that correctly.
Yes, indeed.
Experiments show that the males of this species will pay currency, what they believe to be currency, in forms of like bananas or, shiny things, whatever, they take to be currency. This is Miyagi.
Yeah, Mr. Miyagi has made an appearance, but go ahead. Right.
These
bananas,
monkeys,
right.
male monkeys, will pay currency to look at pictures of the female monkeys' butts of their species.
That is a wild
scientists
story
will
to me,
I've got pictures of butts, and they're like, I got bananas.
Yeah, you want my shit? What do you got? What do I got I could give you for that?
I will give you this shiny thing I found over here.
And that's wild to me because, right.
Yeah, give me that picture of a butt. I want to look at that butt.
It's hard for me to process that an animal would be motivated by anything more than the eating thing. You know what I mean? Like food. Like the fact that it's like, yeah, fuck my bananas. Yeah, even that is weird to me. But I guess I've always had animals where it's like, man, I'll kill. We have a dog that'll, eat through your asshole for a hot dog.
Yeah, but we've chopped his balls off.
That's true. That is true. You poor ballless guy.
Yeah, I mean, like well, let me take that back. We did not chop his balls off.
They were chopped off before we did.
But animals,
I took scissors one night and was like, fuck this dude's balls,
But I guess
bro.
my point is domesticated animals are often spayed or neutered.
Right.
Where like wild animals, they still like to fuck.
Yeah, but to understand
and
that
monkeys, I guess
I will pay for it is such a human.
That part's funny.
Yeah, that is.
And
funny.
it doesn't even have to be like the actual monkey's butt. It can just be like a picture of it.
Miyagi is tearing
I
the joint
know.
down.
He's such a dick. We should leave him upstairs.
But yeah, that is wild, man. That's a wild one. That I should have wrote down here, send in these facts, and we got so many of them, you guys. There's like literally hundreds of them here, but we'll go over a couple more and then we'll play some music and get out of here for the night. But how about this one? The first man to urinate on the moon was Buzz Aldrin. Not only was he the first man to step on the moon, but he was the first man to urinate on the moon.
Wow.
He did it shortly after stepping on the lunar surface.
So
I believe that was in a
without
cup.
gravity. Yeah,
It's probably in the suit. I'm thinking.
okay.
Yeah.
I'm like, you can't just pee on the moon.
Yeah,
like,
I'm sure he didn't pull out his dick and be like, "What's up, son?"
How could you?
How American would that be, though? That's what he should have done.
Sign his name.
Yeah, right.
Buzz.
I put a flag and then I saw him on the, yeah, Buzz. What it's perfect name to piss on the moon too, man. Buzz was here, Fuck. God damn it, that's fucked up. Yeah. Buzz Aldrin pissed on the moon, you guys.
Nice.
Buzz pissed on the moon. How American.
Yep.
You got another one over there?
Nope, that's it. Let's play a song.
Yeah, I got a whole bunch more. Maybe we'll push a few back and we'll get into some next week because I got some more songs and then we're going to get out of here for the night.
Okay.
But it was fun, right? You had fun? It was a good episode?
I want to say one thing
Sure,
if I can.
sure, please do.
Tomorrow is Veterans Day.
Oh, it is, yes.
And I want to say thank you very much. And, we honor all the veterans out there that have served, the ones that are with us now today still, and the ones that we lost in the process. So.
Damn right. I was totally about to salute, but I don't even believe I've earned that right, to be honest with you. I've never served. So I appreciate your service. I love you guys. And shout out to my father-in-law, Steve, by the way. Served in Vietnam, was part of that. If anybody out there has seen the movie Hamburger Hill, Steve fought in that battle. Heartbreaking tale. I encourage you to check it out. But yeah, badass motherfucker though, man. Shout out to you, Steve. And yeah, shout out to you. I'm very glad you brought that up. Shout out to you, veterans, man. Matter of fact, these jams are for you cats.
Yeah, we wouldn't be here without you guys.
Damn right.
So
freedom is something many of us have the luxury
freedom ain't free.
It ain't free. That's right. And many of us have the luxury to take it for granted, and it's because of you veterans out there. So
right. Well said.
Let that not be forgotten. All right. Well, let's play two jams to close out episode 234, and we'll be back next week to talk to Snafu, ladies and gentlemen. Matter of fact, I believe Mike Bozier of Snipers of Babel might pop in next week as well. Awesome. Looking forward to that.
Okay, good.
Good guests here on Metal-O-Mania Continue. Thanks for hanging out. And we're going to close the show tonight with some Dehydrated. Dehydrated is the band. After the Funeral is the release from Slovakian Death Metal. And this one is no debut. In fact, these cats were formed in 1991. They're monsters, they're badasses, and I hope you support them. Conscience of a Serpent is the name of the song we're going to play for you. And we're going to close the show with Cystectomy. There you go. I said it right that time. out of Spain. They're fucking brutal. You know, I like to close the show with brutal death metal, and this is definitely that, man. And a debut to boot to go along with our theme for most of the evening here.
Okay.
Reincarnation is a song from Deprived to Hollowness from Spanish brutal death metalers Cystectomy. And with that, we're going to get out of here. So we hope that on your way out, don't go until the songs are over. But when you do leave, lock the door and shut out the lights if you don't mind. And come back and hang out with us next week. Scully will be here. I'll be here. Will you? We hope so. And we'll see you then. Ready to go?
Yep.
Let's give it to them then. Much love.
Much metal.
There's nothing to do anymore. Everything decent's been done. All the great themes have been used up, turned into theme parks.
Lizard.
They say I'm disturbed. Of course I'm disturbed. I mean, we're all disturbed, and if we're not, why not?
say is, they did right with me, and I'm bringing me a mess of flowers to their funeral.
This just in. Scientists have discovered that once you've been infected by Metal-O-Mania, there is no cure. Contact Scully right away for more and more metal to feed the dragon.
Hey everybody, this is Mike with Bushido Code. You're listening to Metal-O-Mania with Crip and Scully. Check it out.
Yo, it's Pat from Paralysis.
Yo, this is Ron from Paralysis.
You listen to Metal-O-Mania
with the Crip.